jump in. Wait, let's go right back in. Hello and welcome, Light Steppers. Let's get going. Today we're talking about another gem. As I mentioned before, this week is it's all about mindset. So this whole week, all 5 days, we're focusing on mindset work. Last week was all skill set. So this week, all mindset. Today, we're talking about motivation and discipline and the importance of having that balance. And I'm going to give you guys tools on how to utilize both of those for your advantage, of course. And with that being said, let's dive into our guiding principles, because this is important. We fill our cups first by honoring our physical, mental, and spiritual health through self-mastery, movement, nutrition, community, and personal development. Chad?
We model behaviors, habits, and attitudes that demonstrate excellence.
Aaron?
By developing individuals, we strengthen families that elevate communities.
Leila?
We believe that integrity, love, and principles are the foundation of both a great business and life.
We're committed to creating generational health and wealth for our community and beyond.
We continually expand our organization by providing the most effective and highest quality products and services available.
Everything rises and falls on leadership. The measure of an effective leader is not how many serve them, it's how many people they can serve.
Let's get it. All right, so like I mentioned, today we're talking about a fun topic, motivation and discipline. This is something that gets thrown around everywhere, all over the internet and in books and everywhere. I feel like I have a very unique perspective on this because I actually studied this and applied it in a clinical setting. So like I know how to use motivation to change behavior clinically. Like I've done this for years. So this is something that I'm very passionate about. And I feel like something that is not spoken in a way that induces actual behavior. It kind of makes it very complicated. So I'm going to make it very simple. We're going to break it down to two different things, motivation and discipline. That's it. So we're going to be talking about today. So let me start sharing my screen and I'll share with you guys some gems because this is fun. Okay. So this is something that I see all the time. This is something that I see all the time, and this is good. Like this is good. Literally, what burnout looks like, what productive work can look like, right? So burnout meaning you're working, and then you crash. Then you are forced to rest rather than scheduling rest, which is really, really good. So I have an issue with this though. The issue I have with this specific image is that it conveys a perfect world. And it pushes that ideology of balance and how everything is like, okay, I'm gonna work 8 hours and then get an hour of rest, and then it's just gonna always be the same. And when that's disrupted, a lot, like most people just get disrupted in life. So I don't really like this part. I do like this visual because it is helpful, but I think this can throw us off. I like this a little bit better. Because literally, like it's okay for you to not be 100% every day. Sometimes 40% is your 100% for that day. So I want you guys to remember this as we start diving into discipline and things like that, because the extra mile is where the traffic dies down, and most people struggle with endurance. Most people struggle with going far. Most people quit. That's just the numbers. That's just what it is. And that's okay. Like, that's okay. We're all allowed to do that. The thing is, we have an option here. And what most people struggle with is understanding that motivation is good, it's necessary, and you need it, like, to get going. But motivation is not going to get you really far. Motivation is only going to get you to get going. Motivation is very so, like, I want you guys to think of motivation as present moment, like very, very no more than 5 minutes. Like, if you're thinking 10 minutes ahead, that's way too far from motivation. Motivation literally cares about the next 5 seconds, if anything. So motivation is important, but is very, very, like, time bound. It's very close. Discipline is long term thinking. So we want to focus on developing discipline, but utilizing motivation to get started. So discipline is going to help us to continue to keep going, but we need to make sure we control motivation so that we can get started. Right? So I came across this this graph, and I think is I love graphs. So I'm a behavior analyst, so I'm sorry. But I came across this graph and I love it. As you guys can see, like, I love this stuff. But I came across this graph, and it's literally a motivation and discipline graph. This is very much what it looks like. This is very, very much what it looks like. If you're dependent on solely motivation and when you feel like it, oh, when you're excited, you're probably gonna not do the thing. But when you set goals that you can maintain, and you're flexible with those goals and allow those goals to be like a palm tree, strong but flexible, where, hey, if changes need to happen, that's okay, but you're still sticking to your values. Motivation is crucial for this. So I wanted to give you guys a little tool that I've used, and then I'm going to share a quick, like, 50-second video, and then we'll end it there, that has helped me with motivation. Because discipline is a discipline. I'm not really going to dive into that too much, because that's a decision. When you decide long term what you want to continue to do for the next following days for you, right? So let me put this up. I got like 18 tabs open. Let's go. All right. I'll find it. Found it. You know what? Yeah, let's just do the video. I'll just do the video, and we'll get it going.
What hard.
You guys can hear that. I love it. Okay. Let's go. I appreciate you guys being patient. We're gonna dive into this one.
This is what hard feels like. Take me through that
Okay,
low
so
point stuff.
there's actually a story. We got a little goosebumps telling it. I was way back in my day, like you, a party promoter, but I was in a fraternity. And this was my first semester being president. We did this huge party to, like, launch the new class. And the next morning they all wake up and they're all hungover, vomit in the corner, whatever. And we're like, great, clean it up. And they feel terrible. And they're like, what the fuck? This is what I signed up for, right? 2 weeks of this, they get together. They wanted me to meet them because they wanted to meet on their turf. I just asked them a couple questions. I was like, who here before pledging started was like, I want to be a part of this house? Me. Okay. Who here thought it would be hard? They raised their hands. I'm like, guys, this is what hard feels like. And then all of a sudden it's like they got permission to feel shitty. And by getting permission to feel shitty, they stop feeling shitty.
Okay. So I play that to say that it will get hard. This is what discipline comes in. It will get hard. But that is what hard feels like. I want you to acknowledge it. Give yourself permission to acknowledge it. This is hard. That's okay.
If you've ever not gotten the deal,
Oh.
or you've ever not had someone
Jesus.
believe in you, you've been
YouTube,
doubt.
relax. But that's where most people quit. That's why they don't win. No, that's what I want to emphasize. I want you guys to remember that, because there will come times where it will get hard. Acknowledge it, like, yo, this is hard. Great. Most people will quit right now. Let me keep going. So that's why I'm not touching too much on discipline. Discipline is a decision. You decide to be disciplined or not. Like, it's up to you. So just remember that. Like, you choose every day to be disciplined or not. And motivation, I'm gonna give you guys the tool. So the last tool I wanted to share with you guys is called the grandma's principle, grandma's law, basically. It's the sciencey name for it is Premack principle, if you want to, like, Google it and stuff like that. But it's the first Den law. So basically, we're very predictable animals. So, like, when you use the Premack principle or grandma's law, and basically what that means is your grandma tells you, you eat your veggies first and then you can have your cookies. So you're more likely to eat your veggies because you know you're going to get a cookie after. So the way that principle actually works clinically is that it needs to be immediately like the two things need to happen immediately, one after the other. So that your brain makes the connection. Oh, wait, when I do this work, I get this reward. Not like I do this work, I walk around a little bit, and then I get this reward. No, I do this work and I get this reward immediately. What that does is that pairs that work with that reinforcer. So your brain starts thinking, wait, the work feels good. Then eventually you can fade out the reward and the work itself becomes enjoyable and reinforcing. But as you're learning and you're growing and you're building the skill set of sitting down and doing work, utilize the things that you're motivated by. I personally love using my phone as a reward because it's one of the things that releases the most dopamine that I own. So like I literally do some work and then I allow myself, let me give myself 10 minutes of doom scrolling. And it's just fun, but I earned it. So doing things like that is really helpful. I remember when I was in school, I would do snacks. I still do snacks, but I would literally just have snacks run it on my desk, and I won't touch them till I do the work that I said I was going to do. When I do, I immediately, like I literally will send, I'm telling you, like I will submit an assignment and I'll eat it immediately. So my brain knows, hey, this is a good thing. And that tool is weird, but literally science, and it's really helpful because like you can use it in everything in life. Like if you go for a run, do something enjoyable after, like doing something like that feels good right after, reinforcing that behavior. So it makes it reinforcing means that the behavior is more likely to happen again in the future. And that's what we want. We want those behaviors to happen more. But that's it. That's literally again, I wanted to keep it under 15. I went over 2 minutes because I was struggling with the technology thing today. But that's the main things that I want to touch on. Questions, comments, concerns. It's time for the mastermind. Let's go.
I just wanted to say I'm glad to have such a gnarly group of people as a team today. This is sick. Good to see you, Layla. I think this is my first time seeing you here. And I gotta go, but I wanted to invite you guys. I'm having a session at my house Thursday. Want to get a little calisthenics meetup? That's all for me.
Oh, I love it. I love it. That's what's up. All right. So, was that helpful though? What's up, Aaron?
So I had a question on how do you you do the work and then you immediately reward yourself after, right? That's do you have could you do a training in the future on how to increase serotonin as well to start really like I don't know if you have any like on serotonin, like how to like love the work, I guess. I don't know, maybe that's a different thing, but that just kind of sparked my brain.
For sure. From my experience, serotonin, yeah, dopamine, we have a little more control over dopamine. Serotonin we can condition though. So the more that you do the work, like your brain naturally releases serotonin when you're doing the work because it pairs that reward with the work that you're doing. So it thinks that the same thing is happening. So your brain releases the same chemical and then you feel the same way. So yeah, like literally, as you condition your brain will do it naturally. And it's a tool. Like you remember, it's a tool. You can always like know that your brain is there to support you. Don't let your brain take over your life. Your brain is your tool to do what you want with it. It's the most advanced computer on the universe. Utilize it. Utilize it.
I like that. I would train myself like a dog. Like I'll be like, okay, I like the snack idea. That's great. I'll be snack.
I know Kenny like that. Look at Kenny, happy as hell. He like that one. I'm dead. All right, so cool. So I get that sounds like it was somewhat clear, right? Okay, awesome. So let's go. Aaron got a party going. Can you guys let's do some wins and challenges. Like let's start with my boy Chad. I know you share some with me. You can share the same or different. It's up to you. Yeah. Let's start with you, my boy.
Yeah, so I started with my reach outs, my follow-ups, and I'm already talking to a potential brand partner, which I'm super excited about. Yeah, this just shows me that it actually works if I put in the work. So, some challenges though. I'm still working on some of like the how to conversate with people in the right way for that person. So right now I'm just kind of saying the same thing to every person because it makes sense at the time. But once I get more in depth, I think that's when it's really gonna like help me. This is all learning for me. Like I'm making it as a process. I'm not getting discouraged, try not to. So
That's really good, Chad. Like, that's a really good share, dude. Like, for real. So it can be challenging to talk to a lot of different people. The best advice I could give you is to be you. Don't try to pander to the person that's in front of you. If you want to find out what they prefer, I would suggest ask them. Like, do you like if they're like, hey, you're talking a little loud. Like, hey, would you like if I talk a little bit lower? And then you can adjust and be a human being and be polite. Whatever. But for the most part, I would just say just be you with everyone. Like that's gonna really help you to not have to think about like just try to figure out who they are and then learn about them. But just be you, and like that way you don't have to really try to shift or change. That requires a lot of energy, and that's low-key masking, and that can just really mess you up. Like it could create a bunch of different identities within you that can just cause disruption. So the best thing, just be you, bro. Like I'm sometimes like I'm myself, and I'm like, this person's definitely gonna think I'm weird. Well, it is what it is. I can't control all the people think, so that's fine. I'd rather be me and have peace of mind than try to like please other people and create disruption within me that ultimately bleeds into them too. So it doesn't make sense. So I would definitely say, be you. And if you want to find out how they like to prefer to communicate, I will ask them. I'm like, what do you like best? Like, do you like when you talk and I listen? Like, literally, just figure it out because everyone has a different way to communicate. So don't assume. Like, never assume. I'd rather just ask. Does that make sense?
definitely.
Let's go. All right. My boy Aaron Sullivan. That's how you say it, right? Okay.
French Canadian, sure.
Let's go.
I bet. Yeah, definitely been using support over the past few weeks. For people, the move was kind of a lot for me, I guess. And just not being as attached to like the business as I was before, I think, because I think I was attached for the wrong reasons and just being disappointed so much. It's just a pathway that I'm getting out of my brain and changing the evidence locker. So I guess that's been a challenge to stay disciplined and do the same thing every single day.
My brother, thank you for being open, honest, and vulnerable. Like I appreciate you. I can feel your emotion as you speak, and I know that's not easy. To me, that's the bravest thing someone can do. So I appreciate you for real. That means a lot. And I think that like you sharing also helps everyone else because like life can be challenging sometimes. We move, life happens, and like it can be difficult. So like what you're doing right now, that's what it's all about. Continuing to show up. Like things happen. Like Jill had a whole baby. She had to cut training short today because the baby started crying. So that's okay. Life happens. She's gonna have to slow down a little bit. Trust me, knowing Jill, she is going crazy right now. Like knowing Jill, like she wants to do a lot, but right now she's in a position where she needs to slow down, and that's okay. That's okay. That's what I love about this business. You can literally take 6 months off, and your business, like you can always come back. I can't assure you that your business will continue to grow if you're away, if you haven't built it, but like your business is still here, and regardless of the challenges, like bro, you showed up, like you're still here, and that's real shit. That's real shit. And Layla is here because of you. Like, come on, come on, that's what's up. Yeah, bro, but for real, like that's really helpful. Like, um, continue to show up for yourself. Honestly, be kind to yourself and love the journey. Like, give the journey some love. Like the journey that you've experienced, give that journey some love because he made you who you are today. He made you the amazing human, the amazing king that you are today. So give it some love because it really is magical. It truly is. And so are you, bro, for real. So love, bro. So love. You know what I mean? My girl, Leela, what's up?
Um, I think stepping into this, I think the biggest thing for me is kind of overcoming fear. Like you said before, I'm naturally a pretty shy person, and just reaching out to people and communicating isn't something that I would say is a strong suit. So just kind of overcoming those mental barriers mainly, and just kind of stepping out into something new and just diving into it with full force has been the biggest thing for me. It's scary, but ready to do it.
That's real. Honestly, you're gonna have probably brand partners that come into your group that have the same problem. So it's good that you're going through this because this is something you can work through. Then you can teach your people how to work through it as well. Like this is completely natural, completely normal. Like honestly, low key expected. Did you guys experience any nerves or fear when you guys started talking to people? Yeah, right. It's so you're not alone. Like this is part of that. This is just part of it. And just continuing to show up and it really does get easier. But I know that my boy Kenny, he is really good at talking to people. Kenny, how do you go about like dealing with fear and that social anxiety in regards to talking to people?
I think one thing I realized is like most of the people that you're worried about looking weird in front of or being judged by, a year from now you might never see them again. Like in class, I used to be super scared of presentations, and I realized I'd be super scared and ruin my grade, and then I'd never see those people again. So it doesn't really matter. Like it's better for the both of you, honestly, if you disregard the fear and just put yourself out there, just throw stuff out there. If you look weird, then you'll never see them again, and it'll make you look better it'll give you a good experience for the next time. Um, and even if you do look weird and you do see them again, I don't know, it's never that big of a deal. Um, so there's really nothing to lose. I guess that's what helps me. So I just talk to everyone now.
It's true. And even like that, even if you do see them like 6 months from now, humans forget everything. So like we probably forgot that I even saw you. Like it doesn't it most people are so caught up in themselves that they don't really think about like other people that much. That's really good, Kenny, though. That's for real. That's for real. That's a good one. For real, like just talk to people, put it out there. Like, I know Chad was talking about this. Like, hey, like if they want to have a conversation, cool. If not, that's also cool. Like, I know that I tried. I did my part at least. Okay, cool. But yeah, Kenny, I did want to hear from you as well. Wins and challenges.
Challenges, getting a new job. Um, like being stuck in a cubicle from 9 to 5, it sucks. Um, but it's making me hungry. It makes me want to get out of that life, so that's a good thing.
Good.
Wins is by doing this marathon where we talk to a certain amount of people every single day. I ended up getting this job, which is good to build capital to build towards my goals. And also, I ended up talking to people that actually got me into a competition that I've been wanting to compete. I just didn't know how to, and just talking to all these random people every day, I make cool friends and got into a competition. So that's a win.
That's a big one, bro. How's your hand doing? Is your hand okay?
It's obliterated, but I put that special sauce on it, so it should be
Okay.
recovered soon.
Give it some love, bro. Give it some love.
I
Bro,
will.
thank you for blessing me with the sauce too.
Yeah, are you doing good?
Dude, it worked so good. I wanted to share that with you. It's so freaking great. It's all healed 2 days later. It's
I'm gonna put that
good.
video out. I'm editing it.
It's definitely Colombian cocaine. I knew it. I knew it. Aaron ain't see nothing. Okay, challenges though, Kenny. Like, oh, the challenge we started with challenge and then we wins. All right, so cool.
Yeah.
We can just end on that win, bro. That sounds good. I appreciate you guys jumping on. We ended right at 8:30. I appreciate you guys so very, very much. We'll be here tomorrow again to dive into more mindset. And yeah, like hopefully this was helpful for you guys. If you're watching this, drop in the comments any questions you have, if you want me to clarify anything, if something didn't make sense. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day or night, regardless of when you guys are watching this. Appreciate you guys jumping on today.